What's up, nerds? Welcome to a special comic talk with Nerdy Entertainment Syndicate. What we've been trying to do is make these videos to recommend stories to you guys.
Books
we've
that we both read.
recommended to each other.
Mhm.
This is a story that was recommended to me by Los here,
Hey guys.
and we're going to go non-spoiler, so that way you guys get a chance to read and go out and read it. And it's a really good story.
Hopefully, after seeing this, it motivates you to buy it and actually read
Exactly.
it.
That's why we want to do this kind of stuff. So, like, introduce each other to stuff and introduce you guys to stories and comics that we like. Basically, what this is a murder mystery, written in 2004 by our writer Brad Meltzer.
Who is known for writing crime novels.
Yeah, I was surprised reading a little bit more on this guy. He's not a comic book writer.
No, he's not really a big comic book writer now.
And drawn by Rags Morales.
What do you think about his art?
I am a new fan of Rags Morales.
Yeah, he's great at drawing expression, emotion, raw feeling. So
Which we get a lot of in this story. And I am a big fan of the name of Rags Morales.
yeah, it's like we were saying, it's talking about noir kind of name,
Sounds like sounds like a character in a Brad Meltzer novel.
right?
Anyways, we'll get into it a bit. Again, it's a murder mystery involving Sue Dibney, the wife of elongated man.
Right. She is essentially murdered.
She's murdered and kind of shocks the superhero world.
It does.
And
Has an effect of just bringing people closer together because of this murder.
yeah, with their loved ones, because somebody's family member's wife was murdered. And blooper reel. So there's a small group of heroes in this story that kind of come together to find who possibly could have done this based on a secret that they have.
A pretty dark secret that they're holding together,
And
which
this-
includes a high member.
Yeah, the secret also involves a big member of the Justice League. That we would not going to spoil again.
No.
About read this. When more people end up getting hurt and attacked, it turns out that it might not be who they suspected.
Right, because during the investigation, they're just witch hunting so far, and later on, due to more evidence being
Based on the autopsy of the victim,
Sue Dibney,
we find out who
possibly,
could have done this, and we get more of the reveal of who was the cause of all this.
and it's a very shocking, mystery and ending to it.
It is, yeah. It's a good read.
There's no real happy ending
At
to
the end
this
of it, though,
book.
it's not really a happy ending.
No, at all.
It actually causes a shakeup throughout the rest of the DC
Yeah.
universe and a lot of these stories.
It leaves a ripple effect throughout the DC universe, which we'll later on see in Infinite Crisis. So this is a good read that will lead up a lot of stuff into Infinite Crisis, which is another read maybe we'll have in the future.
I definitely want to get into those
Comic talk.
based on recommendations.
So that was just a quick, not spoiler
Free for
keeping
you
it
guys.
quick. So I, talked to you about it. I've always told you, good read, go get it. So as far as expectations, did it meet them? Exceed them?
Not so much expectations
Or-
based on your recommendation. I went out and got it, and I ended up reading it in a day, pretty much.
It was a quick
throughout
read,
the
yeah.
day, quick read. Really liked it. It wasn't what I expected. I was expecting Justice League story, end of the world, a huge villain trying to take over.
Which
the
it isn't at
universe.
all.
Which it wasn't, and it was a very personal, small family story, emotional, dark tones, a lot of dark things happen in the
Which
story.
is something that
And
really I think is missing in your comics.
That's
today.
true, because my reading over the last few years, out of the DC New 52, the stories that I read at least, there wasn't really that emotional
No,
darkness. as far
there
as
isn't.
this-
There really isn't.
As far as this tone goes, which was really good. I really liked it. I mean, I'm a big fan of the writer, big fan of the artist now, so no.
Or did you recommend it to other people?
Oh yeah, I would highly recommend it
It's
too.
definitely not a kid's kind of story, to be honest with you.
No, it's not a light story. Again, murder mystery, dark tones, but
Mhm.
a good read. Very, like you mentioned before, it was more of the Vertigo line of like the dark adult-oriented
Right,
story.
exactly. So that's why we talked about how I miss the old days where they had adult themes, very dark stories, and it really grasps at you because it catches your attention pretty quickly. So those stories I miss, and that's why it's one of my top graphic novels that I've always recommend people to read.
And
That because
now I
it's
recommend
so
too. Really good.
right,
You guys
it's-
gotta go out and
It's just not the norm.
check
It
it out.
isn't a norm story. It isn't. It's nothing that.
It's got a lot of good action, a huge cast of characters, both heroes and villains. The artwork is awesome. There's some a really good epic fight scene that was in
Right.
there, featuring a character that I've never read before and was surprised.
And I'll have some of that. I'll have
how
characters.
badass he was.
I'll have characters that you really won't know
Get that too.
because you're not introduced to them. Which I'm glad it does. I don't want to hear a whole introduction, but don't worry about it if you don't know who they are. The story does a good job at doing its own job.
The story holds together really well with it.
Even without
who
knowing
who you're introduced to, and really good story. Again, recommend it. Go out and get it any way you can. Bookstore, online, any way you can.
Besides that, first episode of doing Comic Talk with Drew and myself. We're gonna have, of course, more to come. We talk about if you guys have any recommendations for any graphic novel series or anything like that. You want us to try out, read, and give a comic talk. Let us know, in the comments below, or his Facebook or my Instagram.
Yeah, check out our Instagrams. It's all in the description below. Throw in a comment. Let us know what stories you'd like us to read, and we'll be doing more of these episodes.
All right, thank you for listening, guys. Hope you liked it. Read it, buy it, whatever you want.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Okay.
See ya.